Hey everybody, DeLongshot Signatures here. This is episode 213 of my TTM returns. This is all yesterday's successes. Got nothing back on Tuesday, got back nothing today, Thursday. So 5 returns from Wednesday. We're going to start off with a college lacrosse head coach. This is 5 of 2 success coming back from Division I head coach Mike Daly for Brown University, I think it is. He was a longtime head coach at the Division III level for Tufts, which is where he's pictured here. Won 3 Division III championships with them, but he took over the program for Brown lacrosse several years ago. He also included these signed Brown lacrosse decals, which was really cool. Signed those. He also included 2 unsigned ones, I believe. So a 5 of 2 success from him. I think he's almost at 300 wins in his career, so very, very impressive. Then we have a sorry about that, my cat was meowing for something. But got a return from a former baseball manager. I believe he is some sort of assistant coach with the Padres now. This is a 1 of 2 success. He sent back 1 unsigned, and I'll explain why later. In 13 days from former Reds manager Brian Price. So he's been a really good signer as of recent. A lot of people have been getting him back. I did also include this photo that I found from an article of when he got hired. And at first I wasn't sure if it was him, so I thought about not sending the photo at all. But I went ahead and double checked, and it does turn out that it is of him. He's just unshaven, or he's clean shaven in that photo. So it's like, all right, it's hard to tell for some people, with a beard, without a beard, if it's the same person. And he included this on my letter of request. Landon, good luck with your collection. Happy to sign. Not sure if there is a worse still photo of me than the one I am sending back unsigned. Enjoy the holidays. So he very much does not like the picture, and I can't necessarily blame him. It's not like his signature look, and he's kind of blowing air out of his mouth, kind of like some people do when they're frustrated or just, yeah. And so it's not the most flattering picture, but I was having a hard time finding a high-res photo to get printed off. And I even considered not sending it, but now if you guys plan on sending to him, not to send that particular photo, which I thought was kind of funny. But at least he was nice about it. Then we have a Formula 2 return. Haven't had too much luck with the Formula 1 guys, but Formula 2 has been pretty decent for me. This guy signed 2 of 2 in 179 days. This is Dennis Hauger, something like that. I believe this was sent to Prima Racing, Prima Autosport, something like that. He is switching teams. I don't know where he's going next year. Formula 2 is kind of weird. I think a lot of international series will do this if you're working your way up through the ranks. But if you are season champion, you are ineligible from racing in that series again up until the top level. So he didn't win the championship this year, but he did have 2 wins. So now he kind of gets another year to really prove himself. Whereas a lot of times, especially, more so now, a lot of the champions have to sit for a couple years as a reserve driver, as a test driver, before they ever get a chance to really prove themselves again in real, points races. So it's kind of a catch-22, that system. If you win the championship, obviously your name's going to be out there and people are going to know who you are, but that doesn't necessarily guarantee a ride or even a good ride. And so you might not get as many chances to prove and learn about the tracks and the driving and everything like that. But if you don't win the championship, you get all those extra races, but you don't have maybe as much prestige. So really, really weird system that they have. I understand it, but it's still weird. The next return is a NFL success, but this guy's also in the College Football Hall of Fame. So this is a 2 of 2 return in 13 days from former Rams defensive back Dave Elmendorf. So there he is on the right, number 42. His photo got a little bit smeared on the envelope. This one came out really nice. But he was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 1997, I believe. But he also had a pretty solid pro career as well. And speaking of college football, the last return that I got here is a college football quarterback. This guy signed 2 of 2 in 35 days. This is coming back from Washington quarterback Michael Penix Jr. So I watched him while he played for IU, Indiana University. He did struggle with some injuries, some inconsistent play here and there. Eventually found his way to the, I think he ended up becoming a backup at one point. So he transferred to Washington. He had a heck of a season this year. Led the nation in passing yards for most of the season. Right now, I think it's Austin Reed, and he just had himself a really big game. I don't know if those stats have been added to his total already. But regardless, Penix had a heck of a season, throwing for a bunch of yards. He was pretty good on the ground. Helped Washington be a really, really good team this year. Sorry about that. But Michael will be taking another year of college football, using his, I think it's his last year of eligibility for another season. He probably knows that scouts that are looking at him are probably concerned about the injury history and don't want to just, put, all their faith in a, kind of a 1-year wonder and everything. I think he wants to go back. He felt comfortable in the system this year. If he can do it again, it should raise his draft stock potentially in the future. So we'll see if that gamble pays off for him. Hopefully it does. He was, again, I really liked it when he was at IU. And he had a really, really good season this year. But pretty good overall year for college players. Hopefully a couple more returns come back. But definitely branched out a lot more. But I still got a lot of quarterbacks I've been able to become a fan of and watch week to week when I get the chance. But that is it for this video. We are having some winter storms that are tonight going into tomorrow. So we'll see how that delays shipping over the next few days. I imagine the post office will still be running, but it'll probably be a lot slower. Or they might, I don't know. I don't know if they ever cancel mail because of snowstorms. I wouldn't doubt if they do. It would make sense. But we'll see how bad it gets. But if I get anything, I'll share it with you guys. And if not, it's probably because the mail is a lot slower right now. But that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. Best luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.